New tonight at 10, the Sequoia County Sheriff's Office investigating a weekend shooting after a man was found shot in the head. Right now, investigators say this man, 21-year-old Robert Skelton, is a person of interest in this case. Sheriff Larry Lane says the victim, a 20-year-old man from Sallisaw, right now in the ICU at a Northwest Arkansas hospital. The sheriff says the victim was found off South 4850 Road Saturday night. Jail records show Skelton is facing an aggravated assault and battery with a deadly weapon charge. We'll, of course, keep you updated as we learn more details about this investigation. Tonight, an historic meeting as the Benton and Washington County Quorum Courts meet jointly to talk about rapid growth across Northwest Arkansas. 5 News reporter Lauren Spencer shows us what leaders are saying about how to get ready for the future.
It's the first time these two quorum courts have come together, and both county judges say it's because of this growth isn't slowing down anytime soon. Tonight, members listened to a study called Growing Home, which lays out everything the region needs to do to keep up with the projected 1 million people by 2050. The report is built on in-depth interviews with community stakeholders. Leaders say it's about making sure rapid growth doesn't come at the expense of affordability, infrastructure, or the region's small-town character. Challenges include housing costs, pushing families out of reach, heavy traffic and limited transportation options, and uneven infrastructure in fast-growing areas. Tonight, members of both quorum courts called for smaller land use planning, better coordination between local governments, and more support for smaller cities. Benton County Judge Barry Mooring says the two counties have a relationship, but more collaboration will be needed. He hopes this study will serve as a roadmap.
Not just that, yes, we need better streets and we need more sewers and we need more, water and all of those things, but it really kind of revealed how a stepping stone on how to get there. What does density look like? Where do we need to think about density? How do we need to think about our rural areas? How do we even need to think about zoning in the future?
Next, leaders will take feedback from tonight's meeting to the Northwest Arkansas Council meeting in April. And leaders say success will require collaboration from both counties and cities across the region. In Springdale, covering news where you live, Lauren Spencer, 5 News.
All right, Lauren, thank you. And while that meeting was going on, students at the U of A led a discussion on what they're calling a shortage of student housing. The group 0 Hour Arkansas put on a town hall focusing on affordable housing options, and even transportation getting to and from class. One of the organizers says the biggest problem most students agree with is there's not enough room to take on the amount of students coming to town.
Overcrowding is the main issue here at the university. With the record enrollment that we had this year, we have 34,000 students going here now, and from the infrastructure that they have, that can only support 30,000 students.
The group says it is starting a petition to get university to declare a student housing crisis in an effort to come up with solutions. An Arkansas police officer with a large social media following announces he's going to retire after he was arrested this month. Tommy Norman shared his plans today to retire from the North Little Rock Police Department. He was arrested last week on charges of domestic assault. He is due in court October 7th. At the Capitol, several Arkansas state leaders are named in a newly filed ethics complaint. The group ArcLeg Bill Tracker filed the complaint against Attorney General Tim Griffin, Lieutenant Governor Leslie Rutledge, and Secretary of State Cole Jester. The filing alleges they misused campaign funds and influenced legislation for personal gain. It's also calling for a full investigation by the State Ethics Commission. An investigation underway in Oklahoma after a tiger killed its handler over the weekend. It happened at the Growler Pines Tiger Preserve in Hugo. Choctaw County Sheriff identified the victim as 37-year-old Ryan Easley. Investigators say a large tiger attacked him during a big cat show with dozens of people around. Sheriff Terry Park called the incident a freak accident.
Everybody loved the place, loved the tigers, loved the family that put this on, and it was just a freak accident that made this tiger attack the handler that has been with this particular tiger since it was a cub. Our prayers go out to the family and to the people that were there in attendance at that show.
The Oklahoma Department of Wildlife issued the permit for that tiger and will determine next steps. Tiger Preserve remains closed to the public until further notice. The White House announcing a warning today for pregnant women to avoid taking acetaminophen, an active ingredient, of course, in Tylenol. President says they're making the recommendation because of what links to autism in children, but many in the medical community are pushing back. Erica Brown explains what today's announcement means.
President Trump announced Monday that the Food and Drug Administration will be notifying physicians that the use of acetaminophen, an active ingredient in Tylenol, during pregnancy could be associated with an increased risk of autism in children.
So taking Tylenol is not good. All right, I'll say it. It's not good.
For decades, acetaminophen has been considered the safest over-the-counter medication to treat pain and fever in pregnant women. And the president said pregnant women could consider taking the medication for extreme cases while consulting a physician, but warned most against taking the drug.
Don't take Tylenol. There's no downside. Don't take it.
The medical community has largely assessed that a number of factors could contribute to the development of autism in children, and that the use of acetaminophen during pregnancy is safe. Canview, the makers of Tylenol, issued a statement saying taking acetaminophen does not cause autism. We strongly disagree with any suggestion otherwise and are deeply concerned with the health risks this poses for expecting mothers.
Tylenol, acetaminophen, is safe in pregnancy. If you have a high fever during pregnancy, that can cause neurodevelopment issues in the baby. So you don't want to let that fever go untreated. Right. And, you know, pregnant women may have pain, and that's not something that should go untreated either.
Dr. Celine Gounder, CBS News' medical contributor, says today's announcement could lead to confusion among pregnant women on which drugs could be taken safely. Erica Brown, CBS News, the White House.
A jury is seated in a trial involving the Federal Trade Commission and Amazon. The legal action began 2 years ago under the Biden administration. The FTC accuses Amazon of tricking millions of customers into signing up for its Prime membership program, but making it hard for them to cancel those subscriptions. Amazon has previously denied any wrongdoing. Opening statements are set to start tomorrow. That trial expected to last at least a month. People in Prairie Grove raising concerns about a proposal to build a concrete mixing facility near their homes. O'Brien Rock Company has filed an application with the Washington County Planning Office to build that facility on Highway 62. Property would cover about 7.5 acres with proposed hours starting as early as 5:30 in the morning, Monday through Friday. Neighbors say they are worried about the impact of this facility, especially on their health.
Some of them have, asthma. We are all worried about the health hazards that, can come from that. I'm just worried for all my animals, for the safety of my family, and as well as my neighbors.
Residents say they plan to voice these concerns at a planning board meeting, which is set for this Thursday at 5 at the Washington County Courthouse.